You're listening to Good Morning Gwinnett, a division of Noise Media Network, hosted by Audrey Bell Kearney, sharing stories about people and places around beautiful Gwinnett County and beyond. Monday through Thursday at 10 a.m. Southern living at its best.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, all my Gwinnetians out there in Gwinnett land and all of my friends around the world. It's a beautiful day here in Gwinnett County. I'm talking about lovely 78 degrees going up to a high of 89. I went outside this morning. Of course, it was beautiful. I was sitting on the patio. The wind was blowing. I was like, this is great. Like, it felt so nice. No humidity in the air. Just beautiful, beautiful day. And I hope it stays that way. I know we had like some, looked like we had a little bit of a storm though. Because I saw like the wind had like blew the top off the grill, like not the top, but the grill cover off the grill. So I'm thinking, did we have a storm somewhere in the middle of the night? But anyway, it's a beautiful day. We don't have any storms in the forecast for today. Rain not until the weekend. So we're going to have some rain this weekend, which I hate because I'll be traveling this weekend. So not happy about that. But hey, what can you do? Anyway, beautiful day, beautiful day, beautiful day. Listen, it's Talk Business Tuesday, and I want to talk about, y'all know I love tech. I love entrepreneurship. I love all this stuff. But I also love, kind of hopefully inspiring people to think outside of the box a little bit and to think about things that they could be doing to do side hustles. We're in a tricky situation right now. Prices are high for everything. Gas is high. Food is high. Everything is high. So we got those problems going on. We got other things that's happening around the world, other things that's happening right here in the United States. I feel like people need to really be prepared for like the worst, prepare for the worst, hope for the best, prepare for the worst. I feel like you need to be prepared. And I know for a lot of people, money is an issue. Like for the majority of us in the United States, money is an issue. And so I feel like, it's funny because something happened and I don't even want to talk about what happened, but when it happened yesterday, I text my family like, look, you got to get your passports together because I got my passport. My baby got her passport. My sugar baby got a passport. My husband does not have a passport. So I'm texting we got a family chat. So I'm texting everybody in the family chat like, look, I don't know what it's going to look like if certain things happen at the end of this year, what the rest of the rest of our lives are going to look like. But we need to be able to be ready to make some moves. In order to make real moves, we need passports. And so I was telling them, get your stuff in order. And I'm saying that the same thing I said to my family, I'm saying to everybody else that's listening, especially if you're in the United States. We don't know what's going to happen. Like I look at this and I pray for the best. I pray that all of the people with the good energy, that we all come together collectively as one good energy source to block out all the bad. Right. And it's not that much bad, but the bad that's out there is so strong and they wield so much power till if we don't collectively come together, we're going to be stuck in a place we don't want to be. But anyway, I said all that to say, I told my family when I heard the news yesterday, I was like, oh my God, like this is beyond unbelievable right now. I feel like if certain things happen on November 5th, I think it is, if it happens the way it could happen, we are doomed in the United States. And I know I hate to be the bearer of like doom and gloom, but that's what I feel. And I don't want to feel that way. That's why I'm praying that all of the people with the good energy, I'm talking about real good energy, the good energy for the people, like all the people, not like a certain subset of people who feel like things should be this way and things should be that way. Not that group. They need to, I wish they would all get on what is it, SpaceX and get on up there and all of them go on up to wherever they trying to go with Elon. Y'all just get on the fly away. Just go ahead. Colonize another planet and do whatever you want on that planet. Leave the people who want to live in peace, happiness, and joy and purpose down on this planet to live that way. And stop trying to ruin life for everybody. But anyway, I put that in my family message. And I was like, look, we need to be prepared. Right? We need to make sure we got our resources, our finances in order. And I know for a lot of people, money is an issue. And so there are so many opportunities right now to make money that it can really become overwhelming. But one of the ones I think that's really a good one is creating and selling ebooks. Now, I know people are saying, some people have this complex about, oh my God, it's not real. But I'm going to give you a different twist on this thing. I'm going to give you two twists on it, right? Creating ebooks and selling ebooks. I'm going to give you two twists. And the reason I'm doing this is because I need somebody to hear what I'm about to say and understand. Stop trying to think that this technology can't serve you and it's cheating and it's illegal and it's all these things. It's not. It's not going anywhere. There are people fighting to keep it. There are people fighting to get rid of it. It's not going anywhere. I saw an article yesterday that said they was going to be putting in chips in people's head by 2025. Now, I hope that's volunteer position, because I don't feel like I need to let nobody put anything in my head. I don't need that, right? But anyway, the technology is not going anywhere. It's getting smarter. There's more people behind it. It's not going anywhere. So while you're here and while it's here, how about you learn how to leverage to help you? Because if you're looking for like a side hustle, right, and you want to make some extra money, there are thousands of them. But I want to talk about this one specifically because I feel like this is one that could be inspiring. It can help you get your creative juices going. And so I'm talking about, the lazy person way to make some money, creating ebooks and leveraging AI. Now, I use AI pretty much every single day. I make music every morning with the Gwinnett Morning Spark. I generate articles for the Spark. And if you have not subscribed to Gwinnett Morning Spark, go to GwinnettMorningspark.com. You'll see that. For me, I don't look at it as cheating. I look at my newsletter and the way I use AI is me inspiring people, because the songs that I create using AI, I try to create songs that inspire. The one I made for the day, don't like it that much, but I did it anyway. But I try to create music that's going to inspire you. It has an inspiring message behind it. So if you listen to the words are normally motivational, inspiring words to get you started early in the day. So if you open that newsletter at 6 a.m., that song, those messages are meant to get you inspired and pumped up for the day, right? That's how I'm using it. I create helpful articles that's going to help people grow their business. You got a local business. These are some things you can do to grow your business locally. I help them I learn about money. Like this morning issue was talking about bankruptcy, because I hear all these bankruptcy ads on the radio. And what's crazy is when I was 24, I had my daughter when I was 24. I went to college. I got in over my head with credit cards, because when I went to college, I don't know if they still do this today, but when I went to college, the credit card people was set up in the student lounge, and you can get as many credit cards as you want. And here's the thing. Most of us in college, that's what we did. I don't know about, I know I did. I had so many credit cards. So by the time I turned 24, I was in over my head with debt, like just debt. And then I had this baby, right? And I'm feeling like overwhelmed. I'm a new mother. I have bad credit because I have so much credit card debt from getting credit cards when I was in college. I was stressed out, and it was crazy. And so I filed a Chapter 7 at 24. I filed a Chapter 7 and it stayed on my credit for 10 years. So I felt like people should understand, what Chapter 7 is, what a Chapter 11 is, what a Chapter 13 is. And I put that in the newsletter this morning. But here's the thing. I was in the middle of a training while I was doing the newsletter. I was multitasking. Guess what I did? I went to ChatGPT and I was like, look, write an article. I wanted a 150-word article. Write a 150-word article explaining the chapters of bankruptcy. And I put it in a newsletter. Now, that may seem like it's cheating, but here's the thing. The person who does not have the time to look that up, or who may have been wondering about that, they can actually open a newsletter and bam, there it is. They didn't have to do nothing but open up a newsletter and read it. That's all they had to do, which is, in my opinion, saves them time. They may have a question. Someone may have come to them and they say, I don't know. And because people are sometimes lazy, they won't go out and do the research. Now, what does this have to do with creating ebooks? Okay, so what I like about this particular side hustle right here is that you're only limited by your imagination, right? You can create ebooks on pretty much anything. I'm gonna give y'all a real good one, and somebody's gonna take this. Okay, so let's say you said, you know what, Audrey, I really want to create something. I want to create ebooks. And I want to create these ebooks and I want kids to read them. Why won't you say, you know what, I'm going to come up with some storylines, because that's all you need is a storyline. Come up with the gist of the storyline. Get ChatGPT 4, so you're going to have to pay for the subscription. And ChatGPT is not paying me a dime. It's just that I love the platform. Come up with your storylines, right? Book number 1. And they're ebooks. And I'm going to talk about the difference between that and Amazon. They're ebooks. They don't have to be 1,000 pages. You can just say, create me an ebook. Here's my topic. This is what I want it to be on. Give it as much detail as you possibly can. It's going to create the ebook for you. There are GPTs in the GPT store that does nothing but create ebooks, right? So let's say, for instance, you were a person and you really like roses, right? And let's say you like flowers. You like flowers in general. You wanted to talk about all of these different flowers, right? Because you just love flowers. And you wanted to teach people how to take care of flowers. Well, you would go in there and you do flower by... First of all, you want to know about... Let's say you want to know about tropical flowers. Let's get really niche. You want to create ebooks based on tropical flowers. Each one of your ebooks can be a different tropical flower. You go in there and you say, ChatGPT, what are the tropical flowers? What are the most sought after tropical flowers, right? I'm guaranteeing you there's somebody who really loves tropical flowers. ChatGPT gonna give you a list of the most sought after tropical flowers, right? So then you take those tropical flowers, and then you tell the thing, write me a story about this flower, how it's grown, how you take care of it, where it's grown, when was it discovered, whatever. It's gonna do the research for you, and it's gonna write the ebook based on that tropical flower. Now, here's the thing about ebooks. They only have to be like 20 pages, 24. I've seen 18 pages. I've seen ebooks that were 7 pages. Ebooks do not have to be 100 pages. Ebooks do not have to be 1,000 pages. Ebooks could be 12 pages, 16 pages. But for most part, I've seen like 24-page ebooks. I've seen 100-page ebooks. But the sweet spot is somewhere between 25 and 50 pages for an ebook. Do you hear what I'm saying? That's an ebook. Then you take that ebook and then you put that ebook in a whole library of ebooks on Gumroad. And you sell your ebooks one by one for $8, $7, $6.99, $3.99. But you got to mark it. So you create these ebooks on these tropical flowers. Let's say you found 5 sought after tropical flowers. That's 5 ebooks. You take all these ebooks and you put it in the tropical flower library, right? That's what you call it, tropicalflowerlibrary.com. That's the name of the site. When people go there, they're going to go to a Gumroad page. When they get over to Gumroad, they're going to see tropical flower number 1, tropical flower number 2, tropical flower number 3, and so on. At that point, they can buy one for $3.99. They can buy tropical flower number 2 for $3.99, or they can buy the whole bundle for $14.99. And they got all of them. Now, you may think that nobody cares about that, but somebody cares about that. Now, if you were thinking about putting these on Amazon, you could definitely put them on Amazon, but Amazon is going to ask you the question. And I don't know. I know they want to be able to tell people in the future, and they may be doing it now. Was this book created with AI? And you have to check the box. Now, you can't lie to Amazon. Don't put no, and then your book is banned. Put yes, because you created with AI. But here's the thing. Now it's an ebook on Amazon. Now, that being said, make sure that the ebook is laid out correctly on Amazon. So if you don't know how to lay out an ebook on Amazon, just go over to Fiverr. Tell a person, I need you to format this ebook for Amazon. KDP, Amazon Kindle Publishing. I need you to format this for Amazon. They're going to send it back the correct way. You're going to upload it to Amazon. It's going to be there. Guess what's going to happen now? Amazon is going to put it out there. And so when somebody search on tropical flowers, your ebook comes up. So you got 2 ways to make money. You can sell it on Amazon. They're going to take their cut now. Just know that they're going to take their cut. But they're also, it's Amazon. And then you can sell it on your own website, on the tropicalplants.com. And you can sell, but you can do that in any, I just use tropical plants because that's the first thing that came to my mind. You can use that with any genre of books, even if you want to tell stories, short stories. Remember back in the day, and maybe you don't. I've been in publishing since 1998, right? And back then they had, and I'm sure they probably still have them. You just don't hear people talk about them a lot because of things like ebook. But they had novellas, right? So novellas was very short novels. When I talk about short, I'm talking about probably 30, 40 pages. They call them novellas, but they were novels, but they were short. They had novellas. When I think about ebooks, I think about what a novella could be. Can you imagine writing these amazing short novella-style ebooks in the romance space? You can be as creative. Now, I can tell you this. I had an idea for a script. Now, I'm going to say this because this was interesting. I had an idea for a movie script. It was, and I need to figure out what I did with it. It was off the chain. I had it all laid out the way I wanted. I put it in ChatGPT and it said we cannot write this kind of content. And it wasn't super bad, but it could be a really good story. And I wrote the storyline. It was a comedy. It was kind of like a comedy drama. and it was all about women. It was funny though, but it had like sex in it. And ChatGPT for sure said, nope, can't write that one. And I was like, what? So that was a little bit disheartening. So just be careful if you do want to do rom-com, right? And that's what my thing was. It was rom-com. And it was a great storyline. Not because it came up with something, and it was my storyline in my head. And it was a lot. So I probably wrote about, it was probably about 1,000-word storyline that I had written. But I wanted to turn it into a full-blown script. So, if you don't know, with a script, that's like 120 pages. So I was taking 1,000 words and dropping it into ChatGPT and said, turn this into a script. And when I did that, ChatGPT said, nope. I think it said it violates our guidelines or something, because I had some sex stuff in there. It was a really good storyline, and I need to figure out how to get it done, because I feel like that would be a really good storyline. But anyway, I said all that to say, you think of some of the things that you want to use AI for. You may want to be someone who, you like music. Let's say you like music from the 50s. You love music, and you want to do ebooks just on these artists that you love. Artists have so much history behind them. You may say, I like such and such from the 50s, and you want to do an ebook on him. And it could be just a summary of their lives. I remember meeting this woman. She did this one woman show. And so it was for Louis Armstrong's wife. I want to say her name was Louise. I think her name was Louise Armstrong. His name was Louis Armstrong. And for those who don't know, I think he was a famous either saxophonist or trombonist. I think it was a trombonist. But his wife was behind the scene, but she loved Louise Armstrong. And so she did this one woman show just on her. Like, she traveled around, she dressed up like she dressed up. She went around, she told the story of her, because she was kind of behind the scenes, I guess. He was out there. He was famous. He was a famous musician. He played all over the world. But his wife didn't have that kind of notoriety. But for some reason, I met her and she loved her. She wrote a whole book about her, which was a beautiful book. And then she would go around and she would do these one-woman shows on stage about her, which I thought that was absolutely fantastic. I thought it was fantastic. So just imagine loving someone so much where you wanted to put their story into an ebook. You wanted to go around and tell the story. And here's the thing about that. Even though it's a 24-page ebook, you can find a way to turn that into a book and get it printed. So if you decided to go around and tell this story over and over and over again and sell your little 24-page ebook with some pictures and some illustrations in it that ChatGPT or one of these other amazing platforms has created for you, oh my God, like, the possibilities are endless. Now, I'm going to tell you what it's going to take for you to make this happen. Because the technology is there. But it's going to take more than the technology to make it a profitable side hustle. So I'm going to go to a song, and I'm going to come back, and we're going to talk about exactly what does that look like. Because all day long, you got technology available. All day long. And they come out with new tech every day to make your life easier, to make you more productive, to make you more creative. For me, I get to be creative in ways that I've never been creative before because of these amazing tools that are out there. But it takes more than that. So I'm going to go to this song, and I'm going to come back, and we're going to talk about what it's going to take for you to take that side hustle. Now you've come up with an idea for your side hustle, right? And we're going to talk a little bit more about what the creation looks like. And then we're going to talk about what it's going to take for you to really be successful with that. I'll be right back after the song. So this song is this morning, one of my songs, yes, it's called No Imposter Here. It's a rap song. I don't know, maybe that's why I'm not feeling that one as much. Plus I was tired because I did it like at the wee hours of last night. And but it was called No Imposter Here, because we got imposter syndrome, no imposter here. And it sounds okay, but it's not, I don't know, it's not one that makes me want to jump over the moon like a couple of the other ones. But anyway, stay tuned. I'll be right back after this song to talk more about business and how to leverage AI to create a lazy side hustle. Stay tuned.
I'm stepping in the game, no masquerade on my face. Hat bouts like shadows chasing me through the rain. But now I'm breaking free from that old imposter phase. Cause I own my every step, my style, my pace. I'm authentic, real, no need for a disguise. I see the strength in my reflection, right in my eyes. I conquer fears, now I'm wise, I rise. Taking my place under these open skies. No imposter here, I'm the truth, let it be known. Standing tall, fully grounded, this is my throne. I found the courage within, where it's always been sown. I'm the real deal, authenticity is my tone. mistake I made is a lesson that I own. Throwing stars in the zone I've grown. Used to look for approval, now I trust my own. The seeds of self-belief, yeah, that's what I've sown. Mirror, mirror on the wall, I'm here to answer my call. No more hiding, no more stalling, I'm breaking down every wall. Got my story to tell, loud like a ringing bell. From a whisper to a yell, in my truth I dwell. No imposters here, I'm the truth, let it be known. Standing tall, fully grounded, this is my throne. I found the courage within, where it's always been sown. I'm the real deal, authenticity is my tone. From the shadows to the spotlight, watch me shine so bright. Dancing with my fears, turning darkness into light. No more masks to wear, I'm real, I swear. In a world of copies, I'm a rare affair. I'm not a copy, I'm the original manuscript. Writing chapters of my life kept me cryptic. Every line I spit, every dream I depict is a testament to living real, not a conflict. So here I stand, unafraid of my own reflection. Each flaw, each strip, my own resurrection. This rap is a slap to that old deception. Living true, living proud, my authenticity's the conception. No imposter here, I'm the truth, let it be known. Standing tall, fully grounded, this is my throne. I found the courage within, where it's always been sown. I'm the real deal, authenticity is my tone. From the shadows to the spotlight, watch me shine so bright. Dancing with my fears, turning darkness into light. No more masks to wear, I'm real, I swear. In a world of copies, I'm a rare affair.
Welcome back, welcome back. Not one of my favorites. I think it may have sounded better if I had not made it into a rap. So I asked ChatGPT to write a rap. So it did. I don't know. It was something about that. I like it, but I'm not over the moon about that one. So I'm not over the moon about that one. But anyway, welcome back. It's Talk Business Tuesday. It's your girl, Audrey Bell Kearney. I'm talking about how to make money the lazy way selling ebooks. All right, so I told you about tools. You can use ChatGPT. You can use Claude. You can use, I think Copilot is still around. Like, you don't hardly hear it anymore. But I heard Claude was really good. So Claude is like, is owned by Anthropic, which is owned by Amazon. And I heard it was really, really good. Is that right? Am I saying that right? Yeah, Claude is owned by Anthropic because Bard is owned by Google. So the software, the tools are there to create this content. Now, once you decide what it is you're going to create, whether it's going to be an ebook about dogs, cats, snakes, flowers, seafood, whatever you decide, you can create ebooks about that. Then you have to pick a platform. So you can put it on something like a Gumroad, or you can upload it directly to Amazon. Right? Because Amazon does take ebooks. They got the Kindle. People read ebooks on the Kindle. You can do that. If you want to keep all your money, you put it on something like a Gumroad. You go over there. I think Gumroad is free. They just take a percentage of your money, but they don't take nowhere near as much as Amazon take. Amazon's gonna take their cut, so you're gonna give a big chunk. I don't know about so much about ebooks. Maybe not so much on ebooks. I don't sell a lot of ebooks on Amazon. Like, I think I may have turned maybe 1 or 2 of my 7 books into an ebook on Amazon. And I think I did one because I did a giveaway and I wanted to get reviews. So Amazon has all this other marketing stuff built into it. So it's great for that. But now that you have, what you're planning on writing about, then you can have ChatGPT or Write Sonic or something like that, or it's one called Surfer that I think is really nice. It's expensive though. But Surfer will write your stuff for you, and then it will give you a score, let you know how much of it seems human, right? I like it, but it's expensive. Like, so you're trying to write a book, an ebook, you're probably spend a couple $100 versus ChatGPT, $20. I think Claude is $20, so you're not gonna really spend a whole lot of money. You can also tell it how you want the tone to sound. So when you go to do your prompting, you're gonna put in, please write me an ebook about, I don't know, Dizzy Gillespie. I want you to paint the scene of him playing at a nightclub back in 1927. What did it look like? What did it smell like? I want you to paint the picture. I want you to talk about a pivotal time in his history as a musician. You put all those details in there. You want people to fall in love. You want them to be immersed into the story where they feel like they were there. So you type all that in as a prompt into ChatGPT, and it's going to give you back pretty much what you asked for, right? And then you want to take that, once you get it done, you want to take that rough draft and you want to take it over to like a Jasper or a Grammarly or a Quillbot and say, hey, rewrite this. Same kind of tone and all that kind of stuff, but you want it to so now it's even more human, right? It's even more. So that's a couple of tools. I think I've named like 4 or 5 tools. So the tools are there, right? And they're smart. Like you don't have to worry about grammar. Like most of the time, I write the way I talk, right? I write the way I talk, and so it doesn't always come out grammatically correct. It just doesn't. I talk fast sometimes. I'm thinking fast. I'm trying to talk at the same time, so stuff comes out jumbled up, bundled up, whatever. But you can take this content, drop it in a Jasper, drop it on a Surf, or drop it in a Quillbot, and get the best version of your thoughts, right? I love it. You don't have to hire editors. And I know editors, people are saying, man, I'm just saying, I'm just saying, I don't really need a proofreader anymore. Like, you got Hemingway, you got Grammarly, you got fact check. I just don't, especially when it's fictional stuff, right? So that's one. Then you go to design, the cover. I love Canva. I have the pro account for Canva. I use Canva every single day. As a matter of fact, the graphic that you see on the show, I just went to Canva and popped it up. That's what I'm looking for. I use Canva every single day, $12.99 worth every penny. I use it every day. Now, what's crazy about Canva, it has so many AI tools built into it. Like right there, smack into it. So I create my book covers in there. I create mostly all of mostly all, because sometimes I tell ChatGPT, like for my newsletter, I don't use Canva for that. I write the article in ChatGPT and I tell it, hey, create me an image for this article, make the dimensions 1200 by 630, and then it makes the image. I copy and paste it right into the article. The tools are there. It cuts down on the time. So now you can use, ChatGPT. You can use Canva to do your cover. When it comes to formatting, Kindle has different requirements. Sometimes people don't know how to format. I say real quickly, take your ebook, shoot it over the fire, pay somebody $7, $10, $15, let them format it and send it back to you in a couple of days. It's done. Don't sit there try to learn how to format the Kindle book if you don't know how to do that. Just ask someone to do it for you. That's what I do. Like if I can't, when Kindle asks me for when they ask me for certain type of covers for my books, and I don't know how to line the spine up the right way and all that kind of stuff, I don't waste time on that. I was like, you know what? If it's a book that all it needs is like a color, I've created a really nice graphic for the front of which I normally do in Canva, and then the back can just be a solid color. I will slap a solid color on that back real quick and put a spine on there. Nothing. And that's it. I'm done. However, if it's something specific that I want on the back of the cover, I'll just go to Canva like, listen, format my cover for Kindle. Or format my cover for Amazon. Because it has to be formatted a certain way if I'm uploading like a PDF or something. Okay, so you got all that. Now, here's the challenging part. You got your books. You got your ebook. You got your library of ebooks. This is the good part, right? Now you have to sell them. Here's where because AI has made it real simple for you to put this content together, make it beautiful, get it up on Amazon, get it up on Gumroad or wherever you decide to choose to sell it. It's real easy. I think you can even sell digital products on Shopify and all these other places. So now you've done that. Now you have to do the hard work. That's the marketing. What I've learned, and what's crazy about this, I've known this for years. I remember when I used to run Google ads, not understand. If I had, Lord have mercy, y'all, if I could just tell you the things I wish I had stayed focused on back then, that will probably work wonders for me right now. Google ads, when Google came out, I'm an early adopter most of the time. When Google came out, and they started talking about Google ads, I started running Google ads, not understanding what it looked like. I don't think there was a course out there telling you. I just went into the Google space. If I had said, you know what, let me really understand Google ads, I would have been a beast in the streets right now in Google ads. I would have been, because I was so early to the game till I would have been one of the people that had this whole Google ad agency. Because Google ads have not gone anywhere. They are still around, along with Facebook ads and Instagram ads and Twitter ads and Pinterest ads and YouTube ads. Haven't gone anywhere. Now, what have I learned? What I've learned is that you can skip the line if you don't know how to market. The way to do that is to run ads. Now, that could become expensive, especially if you don't know what you're doing. Now, and also if you don't understand. So what I would suggest, I'm not telling you to learn how to run ads. What I'm telling you is whatever, if you decide to, you know what, my audience is probably on Facebook, right? I need you to go over to Udemy, take a class on Facebook ads, not so you can run them. I want you to understand. So when you talk to the people that's going to run the ads for you, you understand what they're talking about. That's what you do. And then you run ads. That is the quickest way to skip the line. When I tell you I ran Google ads years ago, I don't think I've run a Google ad in probably 10 years, right? And I realized my struggles with some of the things that I was promoting was because I'm like, I'm going to do it the old-fashioned way. I'm going to put out this content. I'm going to do it the evergreen way. I'm going to do it the organic way. Man, bump organic. If you have the money, run some ads. Now, I ran an ad recently for my newsletter. I'm going to try the platform. I feel like it's a good platform. It sucked. I got no signups from that. Maybe one. And I was like, yeah, that sucked. Not a good platform, but I did not listen to what the experts say. And what they said was run Facebook ads. And I was like, nah, I'm going to run this other kind of ad because, I feel like this is my audience. My newsletter is hyper local. They're over there. They're not over there to do anything but complain. Not saying that that's not what they're on Facebook to do either. But for real, they're not over there to do anything but complain. Even when I ran an ad that offered money, it was like they didn't even believe it. I'm like, I'm offering money for you to subscribe. No, did not believe it. So now I'm going to run Facebook ads. And why? Because everybody in the newsletter, and this is for my newsletter, everybody in the newsletter space said run ads on Facebook and Twitter. I was like, instead of me listening, I was being hard-headed. And I went over there and I ran ads somewhere else. Now, if you have an ebook, what you want to do is pick your platform, even if it's Amazon. Pick your platform and get you some ads running to those places. Amazon have ads built into it. Like you don't even have to leave the platform. You can just go on Amazon and run ads inside of Amazon to your product, to people who have bought similar products. You can run ads. That is the quickest way. Because if you're going to try to do it organically, it's going to take a long time. It's going to become frustrating. You know how much content I put out every day? I put out a lot of content, y'all. I do 4 podcast episodes a week, and I put out 5 newsletters. 6 newsletters. I put out 2 on Mondays, and then 1 for the next 4 days. I put out a lot of content. And organic is too slow. Did y'all hear what I just said? Organic marketing is too slow. Yes, it's the best way, but it's too slow. So what I would suggest is that you find yourself create yourself a budget for your new ebook, right? I've showed you how to do it the lazy way by creating. The other way to be lazy is run ads to it. If you don't understand ads, take a class on Udemy so you can understand. I'm not telling you to take the class so you can do it. Now, if you come out of the class now, I can do this, then by all means, knock yourself out. But if you come out, and let me tell you something, Amazon can be tricky. I've lost money on Amazon not knowing that when I ran the ad when I ran the ad on Facebook, it also was running on Instagram. So when the bill came through, I'm calling Facebook like, wait a minute, y'all done overcharged me. And it's like, no, ma'am, it was running on both platforms at the same time. I'm like, what? So I set a budget I thought I was setting a budget just for Facebook. In reality, the same budget was set for Instagram. So I was running 2 ads at the same time on 2 separate platforms. Bill came back, shocked me. I had sticker shock. So I said all that to say, if you do not understand Facebook ads, take a class so you can understand, but let the experts do what they do. So when they start talking to you, you know exactly what questions to ask. Because if you go to Fiverr, Upworks, or one of these other places and you start asking for ads, they're not going to tell you shouldn't run that ad. They want to get paid. So you may have some people that say, you know what, yeah, that's not the right way to do it. But for the most part, people trying to get paid, they're not trying to explain stuff to you. They want you to pay them, and they're going to do exactly what you ask them. Whether you're asking the right thing or the wrong thing, they're going to do what you ask them. So you want to make sure that you're asking the right questions. So that way, you're not wasting money and time running ads that won't convert, because you know it should have been a conversion ad versus it was a conversion ads lead ad, whatever. If you don't know what to ask for, you got the wrong kind of ad running to attract the wrong type of people. So that could be lazy. Once you figure that part out, you can still do very well. So I hope that this helped you kind of understand. So let me do a quick recap. You want to do ebooks the lazy way, right? You're going to use Chat GPT or Write Sonic or something like that, right, to write the book. But before you get to that part, you want to come up with your storyline. You want to come up with the storyline. So this way, when you go into Chat GPT, you say, hey, this is my storyline. This is what I want to talk about. This is how I want it to flow. You put that into Write Sonic or Chat GPT. It's going to write it. You're going to then take that content and you're going to put it through like a Grammarly or Jasper or a Quillbot so it can check for spelling errors. It can check for grammar structure correctly and all that kind of stuff. It can make sure that, it's more human than not human, all that kind of stuff. And then you're going to take that. You're going to go to Canva. You're going to create your cover in Canva. Pretty simple. If you don't know how to do that, just go on over to Fiverr. Find somebody who can do that for you. Don't do that yourself if you don't know how to do it. It's real simple in Canva though. But if you know you're not that person, just go to Fiverr and hire somebody to do that. Now, once you do that, you got your cover. Now you're going to put everything on Amazon or Gumroad. Gumroad is real easy. Make sure that you have a payment account connected to your Gumroad account. So when people pay you, that money goes into your bank account. For me, I have digital products on Gumroad. I use my Stripe account. So when people pay, it goes to my Stripe account. Right? So make sure you have your payment system connected to your Gumroad account. If you are selling on Amazon, you can go through their whole program. You got Amazon sellers and all the stuff you need to do over there. So you can do all that. And that's going to be, as a matter of fact, I get all these payments from Amazon like today. And they were late today because normally I get them like at the end of the month. I got them all today. They all came in today like bam, 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 bam. Like a bunch of payments from Amazon because I've been on Amazon for a long time. And so I get all these different payments, and I don't leverage Amazon like I should, but I'm going to do better. But anyway, Amazon has its program, and you go in there and you type in, you set up everything on Amazon, set up your author's profile and all that kind of stuff, and they got instructions on how to do that. Everything is set. Now, you start running ads. Now, you can do it organically if you want to. It's going to take you a long time. So if you don't have time, it could be very stressful. You could say, this is not working. You want to quit because it's taking too long because it's organic. Don't do that. If you can afford $3 a day, you know what I mean? I would prefer you put in $3 a day into a Facebook ad campaign than to try to do it organically. I'm just trying to help you out because I know how long it takes. I've been doing this show forever, and I really wish I had taken a whole lot of money and dumped it into ads. I really do. But I was like, no, I'm going to do it organically. I'm going to put the content out there. It's going to be organic. And oh my God, it's just been so long. And then I'm listening to other people saying, yeah, I just skipped the line by running ads. And this is like in the last month that I've heard this. Now I know people run ads all the time, but I didn't think they ran into podcast episodes. I didn't think they ran into newsletters. I want to pull my hair out right now. Like, man, I've been wasting time. And I've been wasting time because I just felt like I'm going to do it organically. So don't do it organically. It's gonna stress you out, and you're gonna want to quit. And you're probably onto something really good, but because it's not happening fast, you're gonna want to quit. And so I'm telling you how to. And it's not lazy. The title was lazy, and it really, I guess for me, writing the book is the lazy part because you just, hey, this is my idea, turn it into a book, right? Turn it into an ebook. But the real work on the back end is you marketing. Now you can take that book, you can probably print it up in a nice, even if it's 24 pages. Go to one of the print on demand places, get you some copies made up, and I give you a good one. This is a good one. It's real cheap. If you have a 24-page ebook, go to magcloud.com. Right. What I like about them is the quality of the so I do my magazines through them. I do Thrive magazine through them. It's print on demand. And what's nice about that is that once I do it, I order copies to hand out. And it's 20 cents a page. So if I do a 24-page magazine, it costs me $4.80. Full color, 24 pages, which is great. Now, in the big scheme of things, I wouldn't order 1,000 of those. That's $4,800. Not that doesn't make sense. But for me to order like 25 so I can hand out where I'm going, absolutely. And so I do the magazine. But what I was going to say is, if you know that you're putting out these cute little ebooks and they're paperback, you can go to MagCloud and get your little 6x9, print it up really nicely, and they will print it. I think MadCloud even does, if I'm not mistaken, they may even do hardcovers. I'm not even sure, but check them out. It's magcloud.com. And you can take your little ebooks and pass them out, hand them out to people, and they're nicely laid out. The quality of the paper is nice. The graphics are nice, as long as you got high resolution graphics. Beautiful. So it's just so much you can do with that. You can go and do a little library tour with your ebook, and talk, especially if you do children's stuff. If you do children's stories, and you just want something in hand to give out, listen, go to MadCloud. You can go to 48-hour books. They can. I think you can do. I forgot the page number for them, but check them out too. It's 48hourbooks.com. That's 48 in HR. 48hourbooks.com. Just it's ways to do it. You know, you just have to remember, you know, that you have to want to make it work. You have to put in the work, because it's gonna be work. It's gonna be work. Anyway, I wrote a whole article in Chat GPT. I'm gonna post it on, but that's me talking, because I've been publishing since '98. So I just typed in, hey, give me some outlines. I want to talk to these people about this thing right here. I'm gonna put the article on the website in about 20 minutes, so be sure to check it out. I hope this helps somebody. You know, I hope it gave you an idea of things that you can actually start in the ebook space. You know, Amazon is still available, but there are other book platforms out there, like a lot of them. You know, you can take your ebooks and turn them into audiobooks. Matter of fact, next Tuesday we're going to talk about audiobooks. I'm going to make a note to self. So we talked about ebooks. We're going to talk about creating audiobooks next week. Yes, we are. Audiobooks. We make a note to self right now. How to leverage AI for audiobooks. Yep. I'm talking about that. Because the possibilities right now, guys, are endless. When I tell you they're endless, they're endless. You know, and I'm working on something in the children's space right now, and leveraging all of these tools in the children's space. I can't tell y'all what it is because somebody will bite it, but I'm working on something in children's space, and I'm excited about it because it's gonna be wonderful. You know, so it's so many things you can do. Anyway, I hope this inspires somebody. All right, I'm gonna go to my last song. It's called "Chasing My Destiny," one of my favorites. I'll be back after the song to give you my words of inspiration for the day. So stay tuned.
The fire in my soul, a dream I can't ignore. Gonna step out in this world to be something more. No more standing still, it's time to take a leap. Gotta chase my destiny, it's mine to keep. Gonna break them all, gonna shine so bright. Gonna stand tall, gonna reach new heights. Can't let fear and doubt hold me down no more. Gotta spread my wings, gotta soar. Every step I take, closer to my dream. Gonna ride this way, gonna follow the streams. Through the ups and the downs, gonna stay strong. Won't let negativity distract me for long. Gonna break them all, gonna shine so bright. Gonna stand tall, gonna reach new heights. Yeah, let fear and doubt hold me down no more. Gotta spread my wings, gotta soar. Every step I take, closer to my dream. Gonna ride this way, gonna follow the streams. Through the ups and the downs, gonna stay strong. Won't let negativity distract me for long. Craving something that I can't define. A restless hunger deep inside. Lost in shadows of my own mind, begging for release. I'm trapped in time. Tangled thoughts, twisted desires, burning fire that never dies. Searching for meaning is chaos, but all I find are shattered dreams, a loss. Haunted by demons I can't escape. In the darkness, I can't find my shape. Clawing my way through this endless abyss. Gonna break them all, gonna shine so bright. Gonna stand tall, gonna reach new heights. Can't let fear and doubt hold me down no more. Gotta spread my wings, gotta soar. Gotta break the mold, gonna shine so bright. Gonna stand tall, gonna reach new heights. Can't let fear and doubt hold me down no more. Gotta spread my wings, gotta soar.
My favorite. I love that. Now, so that song was created by AI, right? And I just said, hey, AI, I want a song on this, and this, and this. It created that song for me. I love that song. That's my favorite. I think that's my favorite. That's probably the only one I know all the words to, which is crazy, right? when you write your own songs and sing your own songs, you know the words. I happen not to know those, but that's probably the only one I know mostly all the words to. All right, listen, I got to go. But before I go, I want to give you my words of inspiration. And here it goes. It says, if people never did silly things, nothing intelligent would ever get done. Let me say it again because somebody's saying, that's so silly. Audrey, what you just said, write a book with AI, write a song with AI. I'm going to say it again because somebody missed it because they think what I'm doing is silly. If people never did silly things, nothing intelligent would ever get done. Ludwig Wittgenstein said that. Wittgenstein said that. He was right. Sometimes you have to be silly, right? Sometimes you have to think outside the box. You have to live outside the box. You have to dream outside the box. You have to. And people may think it's silly. People may think, Audrey, what you're doing is going nowhere. I don't care what they think, right? It's what I believe that matters. It's what I believe that matters. So you may be thinking about doing something and somebody's kicking your back in. They don't agree. They don't see how it's going to work. It's not for them to see how it's going to work. It's for you to figure out how it's going to work and keep going. Trust me, I struggle. I sent someone an email last night because I struggle. I've struggled with this show since I started because I feel like in 5 years I should be a millionaire based on this show. I'm not. But here's the thing. I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop doing it because I love doing it. They're changing up the platform at the end of the year, so I can't do live here anymore. Guess what? There are other platforms that I can go live on. I'm not going to stop. Do I say to myself, man, I don't know why I'm doing this every day. Because sometimes it's like, man, I'm stressed out. But here's the thing. It may be silly to some people, but I keep my eyes focused. Even when I lose focus, I come back into focus. You know how sometimes you lose focus of things and you have to get your eyes to refocus? That's me. I'm human. But what I'm saying to you is you can be as silly as you want to, but that's how things get done. Look around you. It was silly for somebody to think that they could put a piece of wood on two legs and create a chair. And where we are, sitting down. It was silly that somebody think that they could take this thing and turn it into this thing I could talk into and talk to people around the world. What am I doing right now? Talking to you around the world. It was silly that someone said, we're going to take these numbers and these codes and we're going to turn it into music with voices. You just heard it, Chasing My Destiny. All of these were probably silly ideas at one point. But the people that had these silly ideas believed in them. They believed in them and they kept it going and they kept it going, they kept it going and they kept it going. And now it's this thing. So anyway, hope that inspired you. I gotta go. Could have been anywhere in the world to spend the last 49 minutes with me, and I love and appreciate you for that. If you missed any episodes of this show, be sure to go to goodmorninggwinnett.com to listen to past episodes there. Also, be sure to connect with me on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. and LinkedIn at Good Morning Gwinnett. That's where I am. Also, if you have not subscribed to Gwinnett Morning Spark and you want to get the songs bright and early right when you're getting ready to kick off your day, go to GwinnettMorningspark.com to subscribe to the newsletter. It's free. Comes right to your phone in your email box. Free. Did I say it was free? It's free. And be inspired, and share it with somebody. Share it with somebody so they can be inspired every day too. All right, I'll be back again tomorrow at 10 a.m. God willing. You guys stay safe out there. And until next time, my friends, make it a great day. Bye, y'all.
You've been listening to Good Morning Gwinnett. Make sure to tune in Monday through Thursday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time to find out what's happening around Gwinnett. If you like this episode, subscribe now and share with your friends. To learn more about Noise Media Network, visit noisemedia.us.